Hi everyone. So as you can see, the 1940s look won the poll on the Dirty Fabulous Facebook page, and I'm here today to show you how to achieve the look. So I hope you liked the video and thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, so as you can see, I only have one eye done. The flick there and just a bit of contouring in the eye socket. What I'm using is just a little angle brush here, and I have a palette. It's phase 2, it's called the Basics palette, and you can get it in Makeup Forever, and it's just literally just all matte eyeshadows, which are great for the 1940s look. So I'm just using this brown shade here, and if I just zoom in, you can see better. So we're just filling it in, and like I said, I'm going to bring it down just to exaggerate it that bit more. Then we're just squaring off the edge. Now you can see that the eyebrows, they're very structured, and you can see just how exaggerated they are just down to the very tip there. So onto the actual eyelid. Back in the 40s they didn't really wear a lot of eyeshadow as much as we probably would today or in other eras, but there was I'm going to emphasise just the socket like I did on this side. It just complements also the liner flick. So firstly I'm going to use this palette again, and I'm going to use the lighter shades first of all with a little palette brush, and then just dab it on. And then with any light matte brown shade, I'm just going to use a little pencil brush, and it just fits nicely just into the socket there. So I'm just using a light brown matte shade. I'm just going to work it just into the socket line. So just work it in, and I'm going to just put another little bit just underneath the eye. Okay, so we have some just sitting on the eyelid and then just underneath. And I'm going to get a large fluffy blending brush and just work that in. Okay, so as you can see, it's nicely coming along. We have the kind of larger structured eyebrows, and there's a bit of shading going on in the socket. I'm also going to put on some white eyeliner, and this is it's a Rimmel eyeliner. I think their eyeliners are great, and it's just to open up the eye even more. Sometimes with, let's say if you do have smaller eyes and if you're putting on black liner or brown liner along the waterline, it can close up your eyes even more. So I'm just going to use a white liner. Now I don't have big eyes, I don't have small eyes, I'm kind of middle of the road I think. So I'm just going to pop on a bit just on the waterline and go right in. Don't kind of stop there, you want to make your eyes as big as possible. Okay, so onto the liquid liner flick. I know a lot of people are kind of scared when they're using liquid liner, because it has a mind of its own sometimes. But once you get the hang of it, it's so easy. There's loads of different forms, obviously, of liquid liner. You have the likes of the pencil. It comes already with the little nib, and I wouldn't be a particular fan of these, because sometimes if you do make a mistake, they're quite hard to then take off because they do dry very quickly. That's a Smashbox one there. I'm going to actually use a Maybelline one, and I think it's great. I do have Black Track as well from MAC, and they're pretty much on the same par, I think. It's great though with the Maybelline one, you get a little brush with it as well. So I think for the price that you pay, it's only about €11, and you get a brush as well. You can't go wrong. Whereas the MAC, as far as I know, it's about €18, and you don't get a brush with it, and it's pretty much the same formula. Also, in terms of brushes, what you'd use to get that little flick, there are 3 types that you could really use. You could have the angled brush that I use all the time for my eyebrows. Then you have, it's like the little pencil brush. Or you could use the likes of the one that I got in the Maybelline. It wouldn't be the most conventional type, that people wouldn't generally go for this type, but I'm going to use it because I think it's actually really good. Once you get the hang of it, it's brilliant. So here we go. So I just have a little mirror here that I'm going to use, and you can see a close-up of what I'm actually doing. So just go in the inner corner and just gradually bring it up, like so. Just fill in, make sure you fill in at the lash line, because sometimes it can be, you can get gaps and you can just see your skin and it's not really a good look. So we're halfway there. Now I generally stop about there. Okay, and then we're going to work on the flick, and then we're going to bring it in to meet that area there. So I'd always suggest to people, see the lower lash line, that's going to be your guide, not the upper lash line, because sometimes people go all the way down and then they start flicking out here, and then when you look in the mirror your eye looks droopy. So I'm going to show you now. So just follow your natural line, your lower line, and then we're going to bring it up from there. Okay, it looks kind of funny right now, but it comes all together, so don't worry about that. And then we're going to bring it across. So it looks messy right now, but I'm going to fill that all in. Now I'm just going to even it out then. And then I'm just going to pop on just some mascara. And I'm focusing a lot of the product onto the outer corner of the lashes. It's just to add again to that kind of larger, kind of wide-eyed effect. So next I'm going to put on a few false eyelashes, and I'm actually going to use individual ones. They are the Eylure individual black lashes, and you get them in short, medium and long. And I think they're about like $8.99 in Boots. So I'm starting off with smaller lashes. They're in short, medium and long. So the short ones, and just, oh, there goes my hair. Just pop it, starting off in the centre of the eye, and you just sit it on the lash line. And it's good to do this while looking downwards and into a mirror like I'm doing now. So we're popping them 3/4 of the way outwards. I'm not going to concentrate a lot on the inner lashes because, like I said, I want all the volume coming out at the end of the lash line. And then I'm going to go on to the medium lashes, and I'm going to start to build them up on the outer corner of the eye. And that white glue will go, it just goes transparent. And I'm just going to build these up for that real full effect. Now then, onto the skin, I'm going to powder everywhere. I have done a bit of blusher and a tiny bit of contouring just under the cheekbone here. And the powder that I'm using is a MAC mineralized powder. It's quite a light powder, and everything has to be mattified. So just press down the powder onto the skin. Don't start rubbing it in, because that can upset the foundation that you've perfectly applied and the concealer. So you're just going to pat down any areas here. And I've already put on a bit of rouge blusher. Back in the 1940s, it was kind of, that was the general name of a lot of the blushers that were on the market. Rouge with red undertones or rouge with pink undertones. So the one that I'm using today, it's inexpensive. It's a Rimmel one, and it's kind of, you have kind of a reddy shades, and then it goes into a light pink, and then a very light pink. So I'm just going to get a mixture of each of the three colours, and it's called Spring Flower, and it's a 3-in-1 powder blusher, and I'd say it's only about €5. So with my blusher brush, I have a little bit of blush on it, and they didn't put the blusher on the apples of the cheek. Instead they put it where, generally nowadays where you'd put your highlighter, they'd put it sitting on the cheekbone and they'd bring it downwards. And just up towards the temples. Now, the lighting is a bit, yeah, I think that's a bit better. And then I'm just going to use, I'm not going to use a bronzer for contouring. The one that I'm going to use, it's a powder, it's the same mineralized powder that I use for all of my face from MAC. But it's the dark powder. But it still works great as a contour because it is that few shades darker than your natural skin tone. So I'm using the shape of the blusher brush to fit in to under your cheekbone. And now we are going on to the lips. So I'm just going to prep the lips first. I'm just going to put it on a tiny bit of concealer, but I'm just using it just to make the red lipstick just last a bit longer. And then the two main products that I'm using is a Maybelline red liner, lip liner. It is called Red Glamour, so it's very apt for the video that I'm doing. And then I'm using a Barry M lipstick. I think these lipsticks are great. They're so inexpensive. I'm just going to line the lips first, and you really want to get that point on the cupid's bow. And I actually like to fill it in. Fill my lips in with the liner. Now, and there we go. And they normally say that if you have thin lips, don't wear red lipstick, but I wouldn't really say that I've big lips, and I'm wearing it, so there's no rules in makeup, I don't think. Just do whatever you want to do, because I think the general look comes across that you're doing 1940s. So there we go. Just as a little addition, I have two moles, if you want to call them, just on the side of my face, and I'm going to fill them in with just a little bit of brown powder, which is also known as eyeshadow. Just a bit of brown eyeshadow, and it just adds to the whole kind of 1940s glamour look. So there you go. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions or comments, you can just pop them in the little comment box, either on my page, which you can find in the Facebook search engine under May Fern Makeup Artist, or you can pop them on the Dirty Fabulous Facebook page as well. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon, maybe with a 60s look or a 1970s disco gal look. So thank you, bye.